Progressive Party does not want me as a leader.
Here. The FBI is doing your investigation. Some aspect is coming back.
Wealth is not trickling down to the people of Guyana.
There will be additional questioning that is required. And that is, of course, I don't get involved in that. Yeah, brother. It is important for Venezuela to understand that Guyana will not be bullied, threatened, or intimidated. Hello, good morning. Here.
I'm here to check that.
Yeah, brother.
This man tell me.
I am aware that the People's Progressive Party does not want me as a leader.
Here. The FBI is doing your investigation. Some aspect is coming back.
Wealth is not trickling down to the people of Guyana.
There will be additional questioning that is required. And that is, of course, I don't get involved in that. Yeah, brother. It is important for Venezuela to understand that Guyana will not be bullied, threatened, or intimidated. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, guys. A great morning to all of those who tune into the realest thing in the world coming to you from Guyana. You know what makes me the realest thing in the world? Because BBC is not the realest thing in the world. I am. There's only one real thing in the world. Yeah, bro. Yeah, don't worry. I dep on it. So today, we can come clean with you. Right? I can come. Well, first thing is not coming clean. I presenting the facts to you. The Mohameds have been putting the information out there. What they've not, well, they haven't put the information out there. They've been asking different people for advice and so on. So the information handed over from U.S. authorities, U.S. attorneys representing the U.S. authorities, Jamaican attorneys, and one Guyanese attorney representing the U.S. interest, handed over documents yesterday to the Mohameds and their legal team. Now they have been fishing around for advice. It so happened I get access and see the documents. Now, first thing we got to come clear. What really going on? Because all the time we talking about, what is extradition about? What's this extradition about? What's the indictment about? Nobody knows. And Mohamed ain't telling me. All Mohamed telling me, no, yesterday, is government spending so much money per lawyer. No. The story here is not how much money government spend on liar. The story is how much money you thief. Did you or did you not thief the money? We got to spend some money. You ever know you're digging more to come out? We got to now spend some more money to get back to recover. So anybody found it strange? Recently when I was talking about these things, did anybody find it strange that the amount shipped out used to be 165 kilograms of gold? Anybody found that strange? Did you guys find that strange? It has been 165 kilograms of gold exactly. So this morning we will unravel what the Mohameds were actually doing. Now I have to be very sensitive about this situation because the Mohameds' livelihood and basic life is on the line as we speak. And they've known to unalive people for fun. They have been known to unalive people for fun. They have caused the unaliving of many Guyanese people. No, I did not know only yesterday, I know. Some of the witnesses in this matter is Guyanese. Some of the witnesses in these matters brought against the Mohameds is Guyanese. So what Mohamed didn't tell y'all last night in the video is what he discovered. All he's saying, oh yeah, you're spending money for, look at the liar. Look at the Jamaican liar. No, who? What was the information you received in the documents? That's what we want to know. What is the basis for the U.S. extraditing you? What evidence has the U.S. produced? And this morning, that is what I will be revealing. But before we get to that, let's create the basis for misinformation in Guyana. Is it possible that Mohamed could buy out most media entities? Is it possible that Mohamed is paying Travis Chase to act? Royston Drakes, is he a paid actor? Stabroek News, Kaieteur News, is he paying them? Is it possible? It sounds far-fetched. Like, can you corrupt so much media people? It sounds far-fetched, man. Doesn't sound like it's possible. Well, you want me to tell you? What's the breaking news internationally? BBC cut and edited a video of Miss President Trump talking. In an attempt to derail Trump. Now, BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, is a government-owned and taxpayer-funded news agency like Chronicle and NCN. Like NCN, because Chronicle is more of a paper, like NCN. The British Broadcasting Corporation is owned by the English and paid for by citizens of the United Kingdom. The government of the United Kingdom are best friends with the United States of America. Who can you trust? BBC was caught. Now bear in mind, Trump made a speech. Listen to this. We're setting the basis for why I have to come here every day and explain to you people what's going on.
What did the BBC do to anger President Trump? And what has he said about the resignations? Well, here's what you need to know. For a long time now, the president has criticised what he calls the fake news media. His criticism, though, has always been for the US mainstream media. Until now, reacting to the BBC resignations on Truth Social, he said the top people at the BBC, including Tim Davie, the boss, are all quitting, fired, because they were caught doctoring my very good, perfect speech of January the 6th. Thank you to The Telegraph for exposing these corrupt journalists. These are very dishonest people who tried to step on the scales of a presidential election. On top of everything else, they are from a foreign country, one that many consider our #1 ally. What a terrible thing for democracy, he said. It was The Telegraph which leaked the internal memo last week in which it was revealed that a BBC Panorama report aired just before the election last year spliced together two parts of a long Trump speech, which he made on January the 6th, 2021. That was the day of the storming of the US Capitol building here in Washington by Trump supporters who believed the 2020 election had been stolen by Joe Biden. Trump gave a speech that day. This is the clip the BBC published in their Panorama report last year.
We're going to
So
walk
just to give you
down
context,
to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you.
just to give you context, BBC edit. Bear in mind, when you, so a little known public fact. It's a little known public fact. So in journalism, there's certain practices, and those practices are not there for style. They're there to ensure that the information you give is credible. So like me, when I used to work at Kaieteur News, you gotta give information to the editor would ask where you get this and what is your source, details. In the event you're using a picture, and the picture need little editing, there's a limit as to what you can do with that picture. You can't do anything with the picture. Let me say the picture got a stain or it blurs some way. You can't do anything with the picture. Like how them girls filter the face, you can't do the news. Like them filter face women all about the internet, no, you can't do the news. You can't fucking filter face. Like Instagram, no, news don't work good with Instagram. You gotta stay as close as possible. The only thing is something blacking something or something. You could, like Louis said, light. You could adjust the lighting to see better. But you can't take off a window from a house or black the door that was there. You can't edit it. Like one of the things will never work well is AI and news. And this was happening here. BBC, the BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, which is supposed to be one of the leading journalistic entities and news entities in the world, lied on Trump, make up a fucking thing. When I tell you about Stabroek News and Kaieteur News, they take fucking money from the Mohameds. They're highly pressured by the Mohammed-Maduro connection. Yeah, some of this thing going on all around the world. The British decide this is how they want to twist this thing. Why else would the news agency want to do something like that? The British decide, oh, this is how we want to twist this. Publicly. You imagine they took a speech that Trump made, that the whole world has. Then they cut it and look at what they did.
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Now, that clip was not
Hear the story.
Biden. Trump gave a speech that day. This is the clip the BBC published in their Panorama report last year.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Now, that clip was not one sentence, but actually two distinct parts of the speech spliced together and covered with picture to hide the edit, the cut. Had they not spliced the clip, this is what viewers would have heard.
And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we'll probably...
Y'all paying attention to this? Trump spoke literally for hours. This is the same thing happened with me and the PNC. When they say black people can't read. And Smelly Smell and Simona Brooms was in front of my house. Trying to create confusion. They tried to create unrest in the country by gerrymandering And they never produced the video. Because the video, I never said nothing like that. Listen to this.
Picture to hide the edit, the cut. Had they not spliced the clip, this is what viewers would have heard.
Despite, we fight like hell.
In their panorama report last year.
Hear the first video.
Walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight.
We'll walk down to the Capitol, I'll be there with you, we fight like hell. Right? I'll walk down to the Capitol, we'll fight like hell. So, to create an atmosphere that Trump did the unrest, or created the unrest. Bear in mind, why this is so, this is BBC. It's supposed to be your friend. It's supposed to be the United States, friend of the United States. It's a news organization owned and paid for by the taxpayers of the UK. America's #1 ally. #1, not #2. #1 ally. And their news agency was corrupted in some way, shape, or form. And attempted to use the news to bring down Trump. This brings into question, did Trump actually lose? Did Trump lose to Biden? It's madness. Did Trump lose to Biden? That's a big question mark left there now. So now this is the video
BBC published in their panorama report last year.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Now,
that is what the BBC used. Now listen to what Trump actually said and where the parts come from. Walking down to the Capitol and everything, that 1 hour away from we fight like hell. Imagine that. All Trump talk. Walking down to the Capitol, listen to it.
That clip was not one sentence, but actually two distinct parts of the speech spliced together and covered with picture to hide the edit, the cut. Had they not spliced the clip, this is what viewers would have heard.
And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on.
We're going to cheer on. But remember, in the BBC panorama video, they said we're going to walk down and we're going to fight. We're going to fight like hell. Because they know that could stir up some shit.
Our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong. We have come to demand that Congress do the right thing and only count the electors who have been lawfully slated. Lawfully slated. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically. You listen to what Trump's saying? BBC used 2 parts of a clip, 1 hour apart. All of this Trump talk, they left out there. Periodically make your voices heard.
The fight like hell comment came about an hour later, right at the end of the speech. Here it is in full.
Most people would stand there at 9 o'clock in the evening and say, I want to thank you very much. And they go off to some other life. But I said, something's wrong here. Something's really wrong. Can't have happened. And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. Our exciting adventures and boldest endeavors have not yet begun. My fellow Americans, for our movement, for our children, and for our beloved country. And I say this, despite all that's happened, the best is yet to come.
Now, when you listen to that speech in its entirety, in a manner that news is supposed to present it, you understand what Trump is saying. You wouldn't be incited by anything. But if you listen to this
clip, this is what viewers would have heard. Instinct.
We fight like hell, and if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Now,
when you listen to the alone, no context, you think Trump was inciting something. The question is, no, did Donald Trump lose to Joe Biden? But American politics is not our concern this morning. Local politics. Crime. Intercontinental crime. Right? I'll break it down for you to have an understanding. Why did the Mohameds take out 165 kilograms of gold every time? So let me explain to you what happened and how it happened. The Kaieteur News is not going to tell you this. Stabroek News is not going to tell you this. Travis Chase is not going to tell you this. And they have all the information. Mohameds has the information. Give your news entities the same documents to be shared around to lawyers. They can't control the boy. The boy is a fucking idiot. The father has gone so far with an idiot son that he's now ashamed to rectify the problem. This is the story of Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. It is a Humpty Dumpty Mohammed story. Why would they have given him access to the documents? He's all about the place doing skunt. I can't imagine the lawyer sharing it with anybody and causing it to end up in me hand. What the Mohammeds is not telling you is what are in those documents. Are they true? October the 2nd, indictments were unsealed and documents were unsealed and indictments were made in a southern Florida court. Thereafter, extradition requests were made for the Mohammeds. Based on what? The Mohammeds were smuggling gold through Miami to Dubai. So let me give you a breakdown of how it transpired based on court documents and evidence. Azzedine Mohammed needs to come and answer to this. Let them say that the Guyanese Critic is lying. Kaieteur News and Stabroek News need to write articles to this. Travis Chase need to speak to this. Royston Drakes, Travis Chase, Anand Prasad, Stabroek News, Glenn Lal, Kaieteur News. GHK Lal, all need to come and speak. GHK Lal was part and parcel of a great plot. So let me tell you how it worked. And I didn't do nothing yet. I just get the information last. I read through it. You know I do it with y'all. So why 160 grams? Why 165 kilograms of gold divided by 6 equal 27.5. So here what the Mohammeds used to do. Here was the plan here. So the Mohammeds had boxes that they made that they take out their gold in. They're the manufacturers of these boxes, special boxes. And they were stacked their gold in these boxes. GRA, all the relevant law enforcement bodies would witness them place this gold into 6 boxes and put seals in them. You following me? Pull up the thing and send to me where Mohammed has put the gold in the box. Remember they had a, you know what I'm about? They had a story about Mohammed putting gold in a box. Let me get it for you. Family, we say family. So this going on
$2 million worth
for a very long time.
of gold, looks like. It belongs to Nazar Mohammed, a gold trader who keeps it in a rusty lockbox on the floor of his office under his desk.
Where is the volume for this thing? Yeah. So this is what they can't say this is not what it's do. This is Mohammed here.
This is what $2 million worth of gold looks like. It belongs.
No, this is not Punka Lunka here. This is not Ninkumpup here. We saying it ain't a father business.
To Nazar Mohammed, a gold trader who keeps it in a rusty lockbox on the floor.
This when he was just a little stupid boy. This has it in there. How we say man, he didn't know about the father gold, but we just hang around. He just hang around. He's just knock about. What really just go on with the Mohammeds? This is Al Jazeera News. The man showing up the boxes. Watch, is that them, the boxes of the gold? Now what they had is 6 boxes of this nature that they built. So the gold goes in bars just like that. From Chedijagan International Airport to Miami. It's weighed, checked, and everything else. Well, the boxes are weighed because it's sealed on its way to Dubai. This happening right by Mohammed Enterprise Day. Now hear me when I want to come and say, me got the documents, they got the documents, right? They share out the documents. Right away they starting, me get access to the information. Just come and says lie, and if is lie, give Travis Chase, Kaieteur News and Stabroek News and start writing stories based on the documents handed over yesterday to the Mohammeds in court. Based on the documents handed over to the Mohammeds in court. Don't worry with fucking taxpayers and King Council and this and that. The documents state clearly how this transnational money laundering crime was committed. The only thing they ain't talking about is the actual crime and how it was done. All you guys said no is not you. Oh, the PPP liar used to represent Raja Khan. Raja Khan get 10-year jail in his cunt. You supposed to glad the man might be able to make nothing. The man might be able to do nothing. The taxpayers, couple thousand US for liars could compare to what y'all thief, millions of US, and you come and tell, look, they take taxpayer money and pay liar. Let me hear with you how you get taxpayers money. So, how this international crime was pulled off. That's all we ask somebody. And let me stick to it. Let me move off. So some boxes like this. Boxes just like this. This is Azzedine Mohammed them boxes. This is Mohammed Enterprise boxes. This is an Al Jazeera story I pull. This is up on the internet, all over the internet. Now me make this up. So boxes similar to this in nature would be packed in with gold. 6 boxes to be exactly. It would be overseen by GRA, Guyana Gold Board officials, Guyana Police Force officials. It is then handed over to security firm. There are only 2 security firms in Guyana that could do jobs like that. And their Brinks and Andamantium are, what? 2 security firms. Me I remember the fucking name is the truth. Me I get the name right. The truth, you ain't gonna necessarily get it right. You just find people in that, you go and fucking figure it out. Right? There are 2 international firms that picks up these gold. They've been, so all the names I'm calling, this whole thing is a crime. Guyana Police Force played a part. Guyana Revenue Authority, Guyana Gold Board, all participants played a role in this crime of smuggling gold for the Mohammeds, or the Mohammeds smuggling gold out of Guyana. You might be watching here, you might be watching gold that came from Brazil, that cost people their life, Venezuela. A lot of this gold would have been, from since back then, been handed over to the Mohammeds by the R gang, the Venezuelan R gang. That the man would do the explosion recently has been tied to? Yes. Did you know? The same day, remember Odessa Primus was saying something big coming. Is Odessa Primus said it on her page, check her page, that a big distraction coming. Now, where the distraction came from? On the 26th, there was an explosion at the mobile gas station on Regent Street. And do you know on the same day, Marco Rubio signed, Secretary of State signed for the extradition request to be made? All of those documents they get. I'm playing like they know what's going on. So 6 boxes like this would have seals on them. Have you ever brought a container? Have you ever imported a container from any part, import anything? The container comes with a seal that is respected by the shipper and put in place by the individual that the item is coming from. 6 boxes like this. They carry here with the real scam there. They carry it up to the airport. These boxes are sealed. Nobody ain't going in the boxes. They gotta weigh them. The 6 boxes, each got 27.5 kilograms of gold inside. What does 27.5 kilograms of gold come up to in weight, in pounds? I gotta deal with things where I could understand. kg 2 pounds. 27.5. 60 pounds. Each one of these boxes got 60 pounds. You ever fetch a 20 pound gasoline, eh? Each one of these boxes have 60 pounds. There's not easy weight. So here the trick now. They go up to the airport. Remember GRA involved? They got a man at the airport. They got a specific man at the airport walking with him. A specific individual, which I will not call his name at this time. I've always been talking about him. Specific individual. They go to the airport. They load the thing. And it got up on a plane. Here, where the scam starts. Immediately, a call is made to suggest that they missed the flight. The flight gone with the thing, you know. That the flight was missed. The goods did not go. These boxes that are sealed with gold inside, 6 boxes, they didn't make the flight. This time they're on the flight. Let me tell you how this international crime pull off. This is as documented, right? The Mohameds in Maduro. It goes on the flight. It's on its way to Miami. While it's on its way to Miami from Georgetown to Miami, a call is made to George. He said they missed the flight. Everybody agrees with that. The Guyana Gold Board, GRA, everybody, because remember they're in. The GRA man at the airport is the head man for make sure it's going through. He's one of the main sign up. Police and all them just adding is an added layer of security to it. They inform the local authorities that they will look for a next flight. 4 hours to Miami, we check, and it heads off to Dubai. In the process of night or whatever, they're either using Brinks or Andamantium, whatever. These are international security companies. And the only people certified by insurance companies to do this kind of business, moving gold. Right? In boxes like this, they're secure. Insurance companies willing to work with them. I didn't know. And the Mantium in Guyana and Brinks or whatever they call it, they are international firms with branches in Guyana. Because we got gold for move. They're some of the only security companies in the world certified for do this kind of thing. They're all over the world doing it. So this item, this gold is on its way to Dubai from the day tuning night. And in Guyana, the Revenue Authority is informed that the gold did not go. They missed the flight. I don't know if nobody checked back or most people were in on it. So they know what's the game. They might say, we got security thing. We didn't want to check on the flight. We did on the ice. The gold land and go in Dubai. Here what the people in Dubai do. This box was built by the Mohameds. This box got lockers here and sealed by Guyana Revenue Authority. So, but this box was built by the Mohammed. This box got a side that's open and the gold just come out without the seals actually moving. This box that the Mohammeds make and say, yes, it's a security goal in here. And give GRA and everybody locks to put on. Seals. It's not where the seal there the gold used to come out from. Because Mohameds then build the box themselves. Nobody wouldn't believe they would build a box. The thing could come out from the box if you wanted. But they did build a box like that. When the box goes to Dubai, the gold comes out. The seal wasn't moved from the box. And quick, using a freight forwarding service in Miami, they bring back the boxes quick. As the Dean claiming he didn't know, but he had the link. He got the link with the shipping company in Miami. He's saying he didn't know. But his father doesn't have that link. He has that link. Because you got to bring back the boxes quick. That is why, if you look at in the indictments, the gold was always 165 kilograms of gold. Because what it is do a double loop. So the seal comes back quick. The company out of Miami, not for we all the ship with them. Now here I tell you. I supposed to be going. I supposed to be getting some penalty for being a fucking jackass. You hear what I'm telling you? I supposed to, here, if being a jackass and an asshole had a penalty, I would have been in fucking jail. You know all these people, what you talking about? When I lime with him, I'm we liming. But me know what they doing. The person with this shipping company that is bring back the empty boxes with the seal in it. I know personally, this guy with the individual, we there. I there partying. When I look at it, I said, who? I know this person. The person is there with me. And I didn't melee the fucking thing. Don't know. So the boxes come back from Dubai quickly. Using this freight forwarding service. All of we just use them. It's one of the biggest things, and this Guyanese own Miami-based company. And they bring back the box empty and they pack back the box. And then they say, yes, we're ready to carry the gold now. We get a flight. Remember, they take the box and pack in. But the box had seals from GRA. It was checked already. So almost 400,000 US. They cipher 480 million every month. That's just for the gold hustle. That's just for the gold hustle. Y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? Boxes are sealed at Mohammed Enterprise. Their sealed gold is placed in front of GRA officials, Guyana Gold Board officials, and everybody else. Police and so involved. The gold is placed in boxes like this. They're sealed with different seals. Taken to the airport. Put on a plane and gone. Fucking Dubai. Miami and Dubai. They stop in Miami, check. Way. Hello.
Boy, leave it to a certain group of people to find a way to scam, boy. Listen, this story there remind me of a time when I was in Stabroek market and a lady weighing up something for me. Come to find out the weights on them old-time scale hollow inside. Hollow like a ras. And this story here remind me of the thing, boy. Like, some people just can't do the right flipping thing.
I hear you, buddy. I hear you. But let me focus on what they're on here right now. Yeah. At Mohammed Enterprise, gold is packed in 6 boxes. Seals go in those boxes. GRA, Guyana Gold Board, police, and other law enforcement people just watch these things happen, and they put on the relevant seals. They witness that happen. The boxes go. It's taken by a special security firm, land at the airport, go on a plane. Immediately after a call is given to Georgetown and say, here, we missed the flight. We're keeping the boxes. We will look for another flight. GRA doesn't worry about that anymore. Nobody worries about it because of the fact that their seals are on it. Once those seals are broken, you gotta get the seals. The boxes head off to Miami. They're checked. Wait. They know his goal is said. Documents going with it. Heads to Dubai. Somehow, without the seal being removed, the bottom of the box or the side of the box open, the gold take out. Dubai man is into, he know what's going on. The boxes are set back immediately. Empty. And that is where the red light was raised. The US authorities want to know why these people bringing back empty boxes in such a hurry. What was the thing with this empty boxes? Paying large sum of money to bring empty boxes. Fast. A Guyanese owned Miami-based freight forwarding company brought back the boxes. It's brought to Guyana, it's loaded with gold again. Then calls are made and say, we are now sending the boxes. So there's a second trip with the same seals. Mohammed has to come and explain. Oh man, me got for coming this y'all doing the gold business. Me got for come and explain to the Guyanese people how the scam worked. Bear in mind, the first set of money, let me tell you how much money. kg to ounces. kg to ounces. So 165 kg is 5,820 ounces. 5,820 by is about $4,000 ounce now. 4,000, but 4,000. Let me check it. 4,000. 23 million US. It's 23 million US. So them banner went moving 50 million US of gold a month. But here what happened now? Remember the first 23 went with documentation. It could go, it's okay, going is okay. How the money coming back? Only 23 million US money come back. This wire mail fraud and all these things we're talking about is money laundering. Now the second 23 million, remember it's 2 trips, the same box with the same seals make. This happening, bear in mind, this happening for years, 1 time a month. So everybody involved. You can't call me 2 times and tell me, man, the fucking plane, you missed the plane. I would piss. That'd fuck up the pilot and everybody. You understand? So everybody, GRA was involved. The Guyana Gold Board, everybody knows what is going on. The security firm was involved. The people bringing back the box knew, had an idea, because they're shipping things all around the world. The fucking Mohameds paying fancy price for empty boxes come back to Guyana with speed. No. The rip off Guyana the taxes. Here where it puts Guyana in general, in the global sense of things, in a peculiar situation. 23 million US dollar got for come back. You got to launder the money for it come back. You can't explain to the U.S. government. Remember, it's one seal. You can't explain to the U.S. government how you're getting back this money. The other thing is that makes this an international crime and nobody's been paying attention to. The U.S. dollar. It is the U.S. dollar itself. Because they use the U.S. dollar as the currency to commit their crime. When they sold their gold, is U.S. that got paid in. U.S. is the main financial currency in the world. So I didn't say, oh, we commit, it's Guyana. No, Guyana got fucking U.S. dollar. It's y'all make, we ain't the problem. And Guyanese businessmen can't access the U.S. dollar easily. Because the world watching at Guyana now. Look at them people. That's a major financial crime. You imagine laundering 23 million US and trying to get it back here? So what role that play? That's where the business people in Guyana play. That's why when you're watching and you want to know why people are so receptive to the moment and why people are really pushing the issue is all parties were involved. Here why. A legit businessman now wants to buy something in China or wants to buy something in the United States. You could give Mohameds the money here in cash, Guyana cash, and Mohameds would pay in the United States or anywhere in the world. They got people would fly and move the money and go and pay your bill. And that made it easy. If you notice, I asked a question of the vice president as a result of making foreign currency, the US dollar, easily accessible to Guyanese businessmen. We try to manage it. When the Mohameds, no, we didn't have the when the Mohameds thing. Because the businessmen don't come and ask, they got to use the bank now. It's Mohameds they used to use. And that is where they made the greatest part of the money. Because you got to pay 18. The Mohameds gave US money at 210, wherever they sell the gold, wherever's the world market value. You had to pay them 218, 225. They decide how much they can tax you. That is where the money laundering came in. That is the main synopsis of the Mohammed's plot. That Azadin Mohammed didn't come and tell you yesterday. He talking different story. Why 165 kilograms of gold every time? Huh? Who would pay $700 US for bring back a fucking box? A empty box. What was the deal about? Now what is worrying and concerning? Let me tell y'all. Company 1 in the indictments, now it's known, is a security company. They're witness. Company 2 is a shipping company. Bear in mind, it's an international shipping company. It is an international shipping company that doing this thing. Shipping this gold. So the Americans got wind of it and start clamping down whenever everybody became witnesses. It's not a Mohammed, a PPP fucking thing. PPP being a shipping company. PPP don't control Brinson and Damanium. And Damanium are, me I know what the fucking security company name. The PPP don't have a Guyanese owned freight forwarding company that is based in Miami. The Mohammeds had all the connection. Right? So, number 2, in the indictments that the all said is public information that I make out there. Number 2 company is a shipping company. And these are witnesses. Could verify, yes, we did this. We carry gold with the same seals 2 times, this, that. The other company, yes, we bring back empty boxes for Azadin Mohammed. And how does he separate himself? Look how long he in this thing, man. Watch how long he in this thing. How can he separate himself?
This is what $2 million worth of gold looks like. It belongs to Nizam Mohammed, a gold trader.
This is Azzedine Mohammed. This is his father. That's nearly 15 years ago, buddy. That's about 15 years ago. And Azzedine said, no, it's not me, it's my father. What game these fucking criminals playing, buddy? Eh? What game these criminals playing? These criminals feel everybody foolish? Here, man, not me. What is signing? This is Al Jazeera came to Guyana and did a story.
Who keeps it in a rusty lockbox on the floor of his office under his desk.
So what is the value of overgold in that box then? It'd be about $2 million.
Mohammed, who goes by the nickname Shell, runs his gold dealing business from a heavily guarded building in central Georgetown.
Amalgamated. So
More than any other.
So here what happened now. Amalgamated, just to get it right. Because Andamantium is another company. So Amalgamated is the agent for Brinks. Brinks is an international security company. So the agent for Brinks is not two companies, it's one. The agent for Brinks, I was advised now by an attorney for the people them calculate, oh God, the man called me name, right? So, Amalgamated Security in Guyana is the agent for Brinks. That is an international security company around the world that does these kind of business, moving gold and stuff, and they have insurance for things like that. It's big insurance. Remember you moving 23 million US one time in 6 little boxes, right? So, just for clarity, it's not Andamantium, is Amalgamated. And I thought it was two companies. Amalgamated is the agent. They're working under the authority of Brinks in Guyana and mightn't be in whole. Might be just in part for when it's gold movements and things. Right? So here the story. This is their story, not me.
Industry. Yeah. You predict that we can probably get 700 to 800 million US dollars in revenue coming from the sale of gold, from the gold industry.
He predict because he knew. They're smuggling this thing long. 700 to 800 million. He could have predicted at the time, like he's the finance fucking minister. But he knew what was going on. He is part and parcel of the Mohammed, well, the founder of the Mohammed criminal enterprise. And his son would want now people to believe that no, he's not a part of it. But what are you doing here, brother? This who is this? Who is this? That's not he. You can come and say this is not he. Eh? The little Compton son. Who's remember numbers?
To 800 million US dollars in revenue coming from the sale of gold, from the gold industry. It's really doing a lot for the country.
Gold is currently worth almost 400
And they was really doing a lot
million US
to the country by ripping the country off.
from the sale of gold, from the gold industry. It's really doing a lot for the country.
Gold is currently worth almost $400 million a year to Guyana. Stores are full of merchandise made with locally produced gold. But the country could be earning significantly more. It currently loses up to a third of its gold revenue as a result of smuggling.
Here, laughter.
World Wildlife Fund study estimates that tons
The people covering the story and say how much gold we lose as a result of smuggling. Not fucking realizing it's the Mohammeds them doing the smuggling. When they went to the lockbox. It's the smuggled gold the people that was videoing. Hear the people story. Here I say.
significantly more. It currently loses up to a third of its gold revenue as a result of smuggling. The World Wildlife Fund study estimates that tons of the country's gold is being moved illegally across the border into Suriname. This is the Quarantine River, which marks the border between Suriname, which is behind me, and Guyana. It is across this stretch of water that the smugglers move their contraband gold using small boats like the one I'm sitting in right now.
Here now. Who you believe?
Gold smugglers get a higher price for their gold in Suriname because of much lower taxes.
Who you believe must he tell them the story? Mohammed must he tell them yes. Them is smuggle Guyanese is smuggle the gold out the thing. We scared pon the fucking plane. This time they smuggling pon the plane. Everybody there what Sama is post Sama here they scared through here, they scared through then this and that.
For many individuals, it's a path to quick riches. But the government of Guyana is deeply concerned about this massive loss of revenue. Guyanese Prime Minister Samuel Hines told Al Jazeera his government recognizes that it has a problem.
We will always do our best to...
No, but you didn't recognize the problem was Mohammed. They didn't recognize the problem was Mohammed because Mohammed was so close up into the bosom. Bosom, bosom, boom.
have total declaration. But the nature of the business, the locations where it happens and so on.
Man, we get so much information here.
Practical difficulties to monitor and police to the extent that one may be able to claim that there is 100% declaration.
Shah Mohammed, meanwhile, is predicting that political uncertainty and economic worries in the United States and Europe will soon push the price of gold to more than $2,000 an ounce. Clearly, he's put money on that. Arun Naidu, Al Jazeera, Georgetown, Guyana.
It's not me. There's the Mohammeds and Al Jazeera them do a story, not me. You hear? Not me. They can't come and say me make up nothing. It's the Mohammeds and Al Jazeera do a story. They got to go and find it from Al Jazeera. This time, you know them. There's the Blue Canaries. Right? When Al Jazeera come, they tell Al Jazeera go and look at Suriname. They scare the goal over Suriname. This time they got the fucking goal going on the plane and beaten out. You understand? You believe them people easy? Yeah, I try with them, scunt. Yeah, I think you're gonna make me anything. Yeah, I really feel Guyanese people stupid. So that's how the goal is going. That's the extent of the money laundering. Because the big thing was when they did the second amount of gold, they had to figure out a way to bring $23 million. And they're multiple. Remember one businessman didn't take in this 23 million US. They got the $23 million they need to get back every month. 23 million US had to be laundered. That is why today people are very concerned about the movement of money and funds. That is why today the business community, financial organizations are so stringent with the business community and the movement of money. Because that's what the Mohammeds used to do. Bring back the drug dealers' money, bring back the business people money. Laundering is the big thing. I leave you with something to think about. And don't forget, even if the BBC would lie to you, the Guyanese Critic wouldn't lie to you. Right? I want to leave you with a racist comment. This was video the other day. I don't know what sparked this, but no way, shape, or form. Anybody should be talking to anybody like this, and I hope the Guyana police force will look into it. When I'm finished here, I'll send it to the crime chief to have it addressed. And the ERC has to find this individual and speak to him about how he should conduct himself around Guyanese citizens. Hear this.
Wow, oh my God.
So his car number is PAM 4988. Right?
Wow, oh my God.
So I'll be sending this to the crime chief, and I'm hoping to see charges being laid traffic department and everybody else. This is... Y'all chill out on the roads, buddy. Y'all chill out on the roads. Y'all just go about your business, do what you gotta do, let me do what we gotta do, and be honest and genuine with one another. I think I've rolled out enough. Now that's a move. That's the truth. It's Mohammed's time now to explain to the people what happened. Not praying and so. We don't hear church thing and in the bosom and where the gun got turned back and who thing got turned back. But we want to fucking hear about the kilograms of gold what was smuggled and the money laundering that you gotta go to the US and face. We want to hear about liar gotta get paid. Liar gotta get paid. Liars have to be paid. We want to hear about DPP. Everybody know. Everybody know the connection. A blind man could make the fucking connection. There's a reason. If in the indictments and the complaints that are being made by the US authorities, the allegations, they suggested, you imagine a man corrupt the fucking security firm, the GRA, and I gotta get a list of all the organizations. One time, the GRA official who used to do their run-ins was moved from the airport. People get moved. A lawyer for the Mohameds called, I'm getting it up right in the information, called the Guyana Revenue Authority, the head of the Guyana, and said we would like that specific custom officer to be there because they're very helpful to the Mohameds. Blatantly said they are very helpful to the Mohameds. The banner we used to do the thing for them, you guys see where he fucking wealthy beyond belief. You guys see what he got. Now the witnesses in these matters have to be protected. I'm hoping the US authorities are protecting them because these people have unalived people for fun. Until today, we can't figure out why Paper Sharks was unalive. The little boy that was killed across in Wales, his fun they was having when the little boy was murdered. You imagine they got murders that happened in this country that you never hear the story about? Well, they did happen. And they were covered up by Stabroek News, Kaieteur News, and every fucking body else. Because they got this story, run with the story, and then when they find out who do the killing and what the real story was about, they stop running the story. Again, I've come here and proven myself to be the realest thing in the world, because I even realer than the BBC News. They have been uncovered to be fake news. Be mindful of where you get your information from. Keep